Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about an article that What Hi-Fi put up about 18 months ago talking about tips and tricks for the Sonos Beam. And they actually made some strange recommendation on what to do and what not to do. Let's get to it. So very quickly in my videos, I try to give you the summary up front, but today the format doesn't lend itself to a summary because there's nothing to summarize. I just have to go through these 9 Sonos Beam tips and tricks as presented by What Hi-Fi. So without much further ado, let's dive right into this article that was released, and I just came across it. Was published quite a while back, last year, February 2020. Okay, maybe there's something I can learn about the Sonos Beam, even, though I've had it for a while. So they're not trying to sell anything. It's not a review for the Sonos Beam. They have already done that. All right. So the first tip, which is actually a pretty good tip to check that you are receiving Adobe Digital. I would say this is a good tip, right? And it teaches you that you have to go inside the About system to check whether your input source, is it in stereo or is it in digital, Adobe Digital, whether you're getting 5.1 or not. Sometimes if the TV is not outputting the right signal or you're not connected properly, you are not getting the 5.1, and in stereo form, some of the sound is going to suck quite bad. So this is a good tip. The next one that they came up with is to do true play tuning, and it will help measure the sound bounce, the reflections, where you're sitting, and that kind of stuff, right? It will equalize the system to suit your room. True play is one of those things that I think is truly ingenious and one of the main selling points of Sonos products. The next tip that they actually say you do true play again. Furniture moves in the house, right? When you reposition your couch, you put a cupboard or you buy a new bookshelf, things like that, it affects the sound. So if you do true play again, it will recalibrate your whole system, taking into account the changes of the sound reflection in your room, which is fair. But they went back to this particular part, which I'm not very comfortable with, right? Saying that like any speaker, the Beam sounds different after it has been used for a while, as its parts, particularly the drivers, will have run in. For the Beam, where the manufacturing tolerance is probably quite tight and the drivers are going to be pretty small, I really doubt that the change will be so drastic as to warrant another true play tuning. So true play tuning, it does two things. One, it measures your room, right? Based on the echo, based on the reflection that's coming back. That shouldn't have changed. The other thing that it does an equalization. So if you're saying that the speaker cones would have run in enough to change it, then I really doubt it. The next one they have is the loudness feature. It is like an old-fashioned bass boost function. It is not a bass boost function. Loudness increases the bass response and the treble response. When the volume of the whole system is relatively low, the effects are bigger. When you raise the volume of the whole system up, right, you increase the volume of the Beam past maybe say 60%, the effects of loudness is actually being subdued. It actually turns it down a little bit. So it is not that it gives you a bass boost throughout the whole range of volume. It is not that. So I think it's a little bit misguided here, but I'll give it to them. Use the loudness feature. That's fine. It probably doesn't do any harm. Now, the next 2 points that I'm going to go to are the ones that made me want to do a video on this. Now, it says, consider adding 2 IKEA Symphonic speakers or Play 1s. But if you go on, you see that they are actually recommending the Play 1s, the Play 3, or Play 5s, Move. My God, this guy did not do his homework, because the Sonos Move cannot be used as surround speakers in a Beam setup or in a home theater setup, either for the Beam or the Play Bar or the Play Bass or the Arc. You cannot use it. You can use the Sonos M, you can't use the Move for surround speakers. And that's a mistake. But they have also recommended the IKEA Symphonic speaker, which is fine. The bookshelf is probably the most affordable, like they have rightly pointed out, but they said it is compact, most compact that Sonos has ever produced. Firstly, it's not produced by Sonos. Secondly, it is not the most compact. You put a Sonos Play 1 or a Sonos One next to the bookshelf will tower over the Sonos One. The Sonos One, in my opinion, is still the most compact. This tip is correct. You add surround sound channel, but so many mistakes in this particular tip. I don't like this tip. And the conclusion, it says that should you go down the Sonos surround sound route at all? Yeah, we think so, which is fair, but I just cannot tolerate the mistakes that they are making with regards to the move and with regards to the size of the Sonos Symphonix. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next point, which really irks me. It says think twice before adding a sub. The sub is overkill in the context of the Beam, both in terms of price, it costs $300 more than the Beam, and power. You can't just compare it that way. You can't just say that you don't add it there because of the price, because we're not talking about cost here. We're talking about the sound. And why am I adamant that they are talking about the sound? Because look at the next paragraph that they have. We find the sub to be something of a blunt instrument in terms of its delivery, to the extent that we're not convinced it's a worthy purchase, even partnered with the play bar or play bass. With the Beam, it makes even less sense. So they have written off the Sonos sub completely. They're not recommending it with the Beam, they're not recommending it with the play bar or the play bass. Throughout the years, of all the people that have recommended a Sonos sub to, absolutely not a single one have said, hey Pete, I think you made a bad recommendation. I actually don't even need this. I think it sounds bad. I think it's a blunt instrument and I think it's overkill. Hey, take umbrage at this statement. Think twice before adding a sub. I don't recall another publication that is advising against the Sonos sub to add it to any of the home theater setup that Sonos has come up with. So in context, I think that they are probably making a mistake. I don't know whether they know what they are saying or not. If they did not make the mistake of recommending the Move as surround, I probably would have given them the benefit of the doubt, right? But because they have done that, it tells me that they're actually not very familiar with it. For those of you viewers out there who are considering a sub, take my word for it. Go for it. I don't think you will regret it. It says, choose your wall mount. All right, fair. I mean, if you look at this picture, I think a wall mount with the hidden cables and everything, it looks very neat. But the last statement, again, I think at this point, I'm already a little bit teased off by the whole article. Therefore, I'm trying to pick on everything that they are talking about. It says, you could plonk it on a 10 pounds IKEA shelf, but that won't look as neat, which is correct. I agree. Nor potentially sound as good. What has the shelf got to do with the sound? Sure, maybe the position is wrong. Maybe you are moving it such that the sound is bouncing off the shelf, but that can happen anywhere. I don't think the IKEA shelf itself is going to change the sound profile or make it sound any worse. Last advice that they have, to add a Fire TV Stick 4K. Well, the Beam supports Alexa. I give it to them. I think it is a fair recommendation. Oh, actually, there is one more that they have. They say to try out AirPlay 2. All right, because the Beam supports AirPlay 2, so you can try it. And one of the benefits that they have been talking about is that you can have the option of creating a mix and match multi-room system with Sonos as well as other brands' speaker. Fair recommendation. Now, to round this whole thing off, right, I like to go back again to the recommendation of thinking twice before adding a sub. Now, I'm going to drive this nail right into the coffin of What Hi-Fi. This article is written in February of 2020, all right? And February 2020, it says, think twice before adding a sub. Let's look at the sub review from What Hi-Fi, 2019 January. So a year before they wrote the tips and trick for the Sonos Beam. Okay, I won't go through the whole review here. I'm running short of time. I'm trying to keep everything within 10 minutes. In the verdict, it says, we like the Sonos sub. It is easy to get up and running, sounds good, and improves your system. I don't see the blunt instrument that they have referred to a year later here. Ultimately, the Sonos sub simply sets out to add bass to a system probably built around the Play 3 or the Play 5s. And it does a very decent job out of it. What about the Play 1? What about the Beam? What about all the Play bass and the Play bar, which was already available at that point in time? To the Beam, the sub will actually add a very very nice layer. So this one, if I could strike it out, I would strike it out. Bad recommendation. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's content. I'll see you in my next video.